All right, let's do this. Get ready to unlock the power of your own body right here, right now. Because today we're diving deep into the world of calisthenics.
Awesome.
It's that awesome training style where your body IS'd the gym.
Yeah.
We've got a whole stack of articles here highlighting all the benefits and different exercises and how to even, get started with it.
Right.
And especially if, a lot of people ask, can you really build serious muscle and strength just using your body weight?
Yeah, that's a big one.
And I think, that's what we're going to kind of unpack today.
Yeah.
So, I'll admit, I used to think calisthenics, I was like, oh, that's for beginners,
Right.
It's like, basic stuff. But then I started seeing these crazy calisthenics athletes.
Oh, yeah.
People doing these crazy moves.
Literally ripped. Yeah.
Ripped physiques, yeah.
Yeah.
And like mind-blowing skills.
Yeah.
So what's the secret sauce here?
Yeah. You know what's funny is that a lot of people underestimate calisthenics, right?
Mhm.
They see it as, like you said, just push-ups and squats.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's really a whole system with incredible depth.
So how do you explain that then? Like what is it that people are missing?
I think it comes down to the principles behind it.
Okay.
Things like progressions and regressions and how to really master your own movement patterns.
Yeah.
So, for example, think of a simple push-up, right?
Okay. Yeah.
You can modify that for anyone from a complete beginner to like a seasoned athlete.
Really?
So,
How does that even work?
well, okay. So let's say you're totally new to exercise.
Okay.
You can start with like wall push-ups,
Oh, okay.
literally pushing against a wall
Okay.
to build that initial strength.
Oh, interesting.
And then as you progress, you move to incline push-ups, maybe using a bench or a table or something.
Okay.
And then eventually you work your way to a standard push-up.
Okay.
So it's like a staircase.
Oh, like you're starting at the bottom and kind of going up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then once you conquer that standard push-up, it doesn't end there.
Right.
You can explore variations like diamond push-ups, pike push-ups
Right.
to target different muscles.
Okay. Okay, so it's not just about doing a ton of reps of the same thing.
Yeah, no,
There's room to grow and keep getting stronger and more challenging.
totally.
So, okay, so what about, so I've seen the videos, right?
Yeah.
Of these guys doing like plancha push-ups.
Oh, yeah.
They look like they're defying gravity.
Right.
Is that even achievable for the average person?
Well, yeah, it is achievable,
Okay.
but it takes dedicated training
Okay.
and a deep understanding of relative strength.
Relative strength.
Yeah, which basically means your strength in relation to your body weight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So not necessarily like how much you can bench press at the gym, but
Exactly, yeah.
how strong you are for your body.
Exactly, yeah. And
Interesting.
that's really the key to unlocking those advanced moves.
Okay, so like planche, front lever, one arm pull up.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, that's making a lot more sense now because I always thought like, oh, calisthenics, you can only get so strong.
Right.
But it's really about like mastering your own
body weight.
Yeah.
Your body weight.
Okay. But let's be real for a sec.
Yeah.
One of the biggest draws for me at least is like the convenience factor.
Oh, totally.
Like no gym memberships,
Yeah, exactly.
no bulky equipment.
Yeah.
You can literally work out anywhere, right?
That's one of the biggest advantages, yeah.
Yeah.
Accessibility.
Like I can be in a hotel room, or I
Yeah.
could be,
Yeah.
at the park.
Anywhere.
I can squeeze it in on my lunch break.
Totally. Yeah.
That's a big one for me.
Yeah, for sure.
And speaking of, efficiency,
Yeah.
one of the articles mentioned that calisthenics exercises actually work multiple muscle groups at once.
Yes, exactly.
You're getting more bang for your buck, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Explain that a little bit.
Yeah. So calisthenics utilizes compound exercises,
Okay.
which means they engage multiple muscle groups.
Okay.
So like think of a squat.
Right.
It works your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings,
Right.
even your core for stability.
So it's not just like isolating one muscle
No, it's about
like you might on a weight machine or something.
exactly, yeah.
But-
It's about training your body to move as one unit,
Okay.
and building what we call functional strength.
Okay, so functional strength, tell me about that.
Yeah. So that means
I mean, I can finally carry all the groceries in one trip.
that too.
Okay.
But it also means,
Like real life.
real life movements.
Okay.
The movements you use every day, pushing, pulling, squatting, lunging,
okay.
all that stuff.
Okay.
And so by training these movements, You improve your posture. You reduce your risk of injuries.
So it's not just about looking good. It's
Exactly. Yeah.
feeling good and moving better
Moving well. Yeah.
in everyday life.
Exactly.
Okay, and I like that because, I've always struggled with,
Yeah.
feeling kind of clunky and uncoordinated.
Right.
So maybe calisthenics can help with that.
Totally.
Okay, but let's talk about, something that a lot of people, I think, have as a priority, which is fat burning.
Yeah.
Can calisthenics really deliver results when it comes to fat loss?
Well, while diet is still, the most important factor in fat loss,
Of course, yeah.
calisthenics can definitely contribute. Remember those compound exercises we talked about?
Yeah.
They burn more calories during your workout
Okay.
compared to isolation exercises.
So you're torching calories while you're building strength.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
It's a win-win.
That's a win-win.
And then there's also what we call the afterburn effect.
The afterburn effect.
So when you build muscle through calisthenics,
Oh,
it increases your resting metabolic rate, which means you burn more calories even when you're not working out.
wait, so you're telling me I can just burn calories while I'm sitting here talking to you?
Well, not quite that simple,
Okay.
but,
All right.
it does help.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is all starting to sound pretty convincing.
Yeah.
So what about someone who's already into fitness?
Right.
Maybe they lift weights, they do other types of training.
Yeah.
Is there still a place for calisthenics in their routine?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Calisthenics is super versatile.
Okay.
And you can use it to supplement other training styles.
So it's not an all or nothing kind of thing. You can, do both.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like
You
that.
can mix and match. Yeah.
Interesting.
And even for experienced weightlifters, there's always something new to learn in calisthenics.
Oh, okay.
Those advanced movements
Yeah.
require a whole other level of strength and control.
So it's like leveling up your fitness game.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. It's always good to challenge yourself.
Yeah, keep things fresh.
Exactly.
But one thing that always comes up, especially I think when we're talking about building muscle, is that dreaded B word, bulk. Bulk.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I know a lot of people, and myself included, are like,
Yeah.
I don't want to get too bulky from lifting weights.
Right, right.
Is that a concern with calisthenics?
That's a great question. And
Yeah.
actually, a lot of the articles address that.
Oh, okay.
So calisthenics tends to promote more lean muscle growth
Okay.
and improved body composition.
So you're more likely to end up toned and defined.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about mastering your body weight,
Right.
not necessarily packing on a ton of mass.
Got it.
Yeah.
This is all making so much sense.
Good.
I'm already feeling inspired to give calisthenics a try.
Awesome.
But before I run off and try to do a handstand push-up, which I'm definitely not ready for.
Yeah. Let's break down some specific exercises
Okay.
and progressions
Yeah, sounds good.
that, our listeners can actually try.
Let's do it.
So,
Yeah.
let's dive into that.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's great. Okay, so we're back, and I'm ready to get into the nitty-gritty of calisthenics exercises.
Awesome.
You've convinced me that, using my own body weight can actually build strength and muscle,
Good.
but where do I even start?
Well, remember those basic movement patterns we talked about earlier?
The pushing, pulling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pushing, pulling, squatting, and then that hip hinge movement.
Okay, so calisthenics is all about mastering those foundational movements.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with pushing then.
Okay.
I'm guessing push-ups are a good place to begin.
Absolutely.
Everyone knows the push-up.
Yeah.
So, what's so special about it?
Well, the push-up is a classic calisthenics exercise that really hits multiple muscle groups at once. You've got your chest, your shoulders, your triceps,
Yeah.
and even your core for stability.
Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay, but you mentioned progressions and regressions earlier.
Yeah.
Can you break that down for me in terms of push-ups?
Okay, so let's say someone is brand new to exercise.
Okay.
They can start with wall push-ups.
Okay.
Literally
Yeah.
standing facing a wall and pushing away from it.
Okay.
And that helps build a foundational strength and movement pattern
Okay.
without putting too much strain on their joints.
So even if you can't do a real push-up yet, you're still
Exactly.
working towards it?
Yeah, you're still working those muscles,
Okay.
building that strength.
Okay. And then as you get stronger, you can progress to
Exactly.
Okay.
So you might move to incline push-ups.
using a bench, a table.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Use a sturdy chair, a table, whatever you've got.
Okay.
And that reduces the amount of body weight you're pushing,
Okay.
making it a little more manageable.
Okay, I see how this progression thing works. So, but what about for those of us who can already, crank out a few push-ups?
Sure.
How do we keep challenging ourselves?
Well, once you've mastered this standard push-up,
Hmm.
you can start exploring variations.
Okay.
So, you might try diamond push-ups where your hands are close together.
Right.
That really targets your triceps.
Okay.
Or pike push-ups where your hips are high in the air.
Yeah.
That puts more emphasis on your shoulders.
Right.
And eventually, all of this can lead up to those handstand push-ups.
The handstand push-ups. Yeah. I'm still a little skeptical about those.
I get it.
Is that really achievable? Like, let's say for someone who can barely hold a handstand for a few seconds.
It's definitely a journey.
Okay.
It takes dedicated training, takes practice.
Yeah.
But with consistent effort, and a focus on those progressions,
Yeah.
even seemingly impossible moves like that can become achievable.
Okay. I'm willing to put in the work, especially if it means I can do a handstand push-up
There you go.
and impress all my friends.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered pushing. What about pulling?
Okay, so pulling.
Pull-ups have always seemed super intimidating to me.
Yeah, they can be tough.
Yeah.
Especially if you're starting from scratch.
Yeah, I've tried them before, and I ended up, doing more of a flailing fish impression
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
and an actual pull-up.
Yeah.
So what's the secret? How do you actually do a pull-up?
So just like with push-ups, it's all about finding the right starting point and gradually progressing.
Okay.
So if you can't do a full pull-up yet, you can start with what we call negatives.
Negatives.
Yeah, so you would jump or step up to the top position of the pull-up
Okay.
and then slowly lower yourself down with control.
So you're basically reversing the movement.
Exactly.
Okay.
And this helps you build the strength and the muscles that you need
Okay.
for a full pull-up.
Okay.
Another option is using resistance bands.
Oh, resistance bands. Yeah.
Yeah, you could loop a band around the pull-up bar
Mm-hmm.
and put your foot or knee in it. And the band basically assists you,
Mm-hmm.
making the pull-up a little easier.
It's like having a workout buddy,
Yeah, exactly.
Give me a little boost.
A little boost, yeah.
Okay.
And as you get stronger, you can use thinner bands,
Okay.
gradually decreasing the assistance.
Until, boom, you're doing it on your own.
Exactly.
This is giving me hope.
Hope
Maybe
you-
I can finally conquer the pull-up.
I think you can.
Okay, we've tackled pushing, we've tackled pulling.
Okay.
What about legs?
Legs.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned, body weight alone might not be enough
Eventually, yeah.
for serious leg development.
Right.
But are there still, effective calisthenics exercises you can do for legs?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Squats are a fundamental movement that really everyone should master.
Squats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They work your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings,
Right.
building strength and stability in your lower body.
Okay, squats are great, but, they can get a little boring after a while. Are there ways to, spice them up a little bit,
Yeah, totally.
Keep it interesting? Yeah.
So you can try jump squats,
Jump squats, okay.
which are great for adding explosiveness.
Okay.
And then there are pistol squats.
Pistol squats.
Yeah.
Those are the ones where you're, basically squatting on one leg,
Can't
right?
put so hard.
They're definitely an advanced move.
Yeah,
But they're achievable.
really.
Oh, yeah.
Like for someone with, average balance.
Yeah, I mean, you don't jump right into a pistol squat.
Right.
There are progressions to get there.
Okay.
It takes practice. It takes a focus on mobility
Strength.
and development.
So it's not just about brute strength. It's about
No, it's about your whole body working together.
flexibility, balance, all of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about mastering your body's movement.
Yeah, and that's what makes calisthenics so unique.
Yeah.
It's not just about lifting heavy weights.
Yeah. It's about, really learning how to use your body.
Totally.
Okay, so we've got squats for those, powerful legs.
Yes.
What about the other leg movement, lunges?
Lunges, yeah, those are fantastic.
Yeah.
You're working each leg individually,
Right.
challenging your balance,
Yeah.
your coordination.
Okay.
They also really target your glutes, making them a great booty building exercise.
Booty building, I'm listening.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can progress from basic lunges to walking lunges,
Right.
reverse lunges, even side lunges.
Oh, wow.
Hit those muscles from all angles.
So many options.
So many options, yeah.
Okay, so we've covered pushing, pulling, squatting.
Right.
What about that fourth movement, the hinging at the hips?
So hip hinges are really crucial for developing those strong posterior chain muscles.
Exterior chain. Okay.
Yeah, so we're talking glutes, hamstrings, lower back.
Okay.
And the key exercise here is the glute bridge.
Glute bridge. Okay, isn't that the one where you're lying on your back and you're kind of thrusting your hips up to the ceiling?
You got it.
Okay, yeah.
It might look simple, but it's super effective
Okay.
for strengthening those glutes and improving hip mobility.
And you mentioned earlier booty building, so
Booty building,
okay,
yes.
glute bridges are going on my workout list.
Awesome.
But are there ways to make them more challenging?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Okay.
You can progress to single leg glute bridges,
Oh, okay.
which challenges your balance, your stability more.
Right.
Or you can do hip thrusts, where you elevate your upper back on a bench.
Oh, okay.
So you get a greater range of motion.
Hip thrusts. I've seen those at the gym.
Yes.
You know, people loading up with barbells and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you do those with just body weight?
You can. And it's a great way to build up that strength and get familiar with the movement
Okay.
before you start adding weight.
This is blowing my mind. I never realized how much variety there was in calisthenics.
I know, right?
You really can like work every muscle group.
You can.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It's a complete system of training that you can really adapt to your goals and your fitness level.
This is great. I'm feeling super inspired.
Mhm.
But before I get too carried away and, try to do a one-arm pull-up, which I'm also not ready for,
I mean, not yet.
we need to talk about something super important.
Okay.
Safety.
Safety.
Because let's face it, I'm all for trying new exercises,
Yeah.
but ending up injured is not my idea of a good time.
No, definitely not.
So how can we make sure that, our listeners are training safely
Right.
and avoiding those injuries
Yeah, that's a great point.
while they're, exploring all these awesome calisthenics exercises?
Awesome.
Okay, so we're back, and I'm ready to talk about safety.
Yeah, safety is so important.
Because, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of, like, all these cool calisthenics moves we've been talking about.
All right.
But I don't want to end up injured,
Sure.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants to get hurt.
So before I go and, try to do a handstand push-up in my living room and, break my neck,
Yeah.
what are some key things, our listeners should keep in mind to stay safe and avoid injuries while doing calisthenics?
I think, one of the biggest things is proper form.
Proper form.
Yeah, making sure you're performing each movement with the correct technique.
Okay.
So really engaging the right muscles and, minimizing strain on your joints.
So it's not just about, muscling through the exercise. It's about really
Exactly.
paying attention to how you're doing it.
It's about quality over quantity.
Right.
And, using improper form can lead to all sorts of problems.
Use like what?
Muscle imbalances,
Right.
overuse injuries,
Right.
even long-term joint problems.
Okay, so how can people who are new to this, how can they learn proper form?
Well, working with a qualified trainer is always a great option.
Of course, yeah.
But thankfully, we live in the age of the internet.
YouTube University.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there are tons of tutorials videos out there.
But how do you know who to trust?
That's a good point.
There's a lot of questionable info out there.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So you want to be discerning when you're choosing those online resources.
Okay.
Look for, content from certified fitness professionals, people who really understand biomechanics,
Right.
people with, a focus on safety.
So not just some random guy in his basement who says he's a calisthenics expert.
Exactly, yeah.
Look for the credentials.
Do your research.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so proper form is key.
Key.
What else can our listeners do to stay safe on their calisthenics journey?
Another big one is progression.
Progression.
Don't underestimate the importance of gradually increasing the difficulty as you get stronger.
So no jumping right into handstand push-ups.
Maybe not right away.
Okay.
Remember those push-up progressions we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
That's a perfect example of how you can gradually build strength and mastery
Right.
without overwhelming your body.
Okay, so start slow, respect the process.
Exactly.
Got it.
And then another thing, and this is so important,
Okay.
listen to your body.
Listen to your body.
Yeah, pay attention to any pain, discomfort,
Okay.
unusual sensations,
Okay.
during or after your workout.
So if something feels wrong,
Don't ignore it.
okay.
Pain is your body's way of telling you something's not right.
Right.
So it's better to err on the side of caution,
Okay.
rest, modify the exercise, or even seek guidance from a professional
Right.
if you're having persistent pain.
Don't try to push through it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, that's really good advice.
Because pushing through pain can lead to more serious injuries.
Right, and then you're sidelined.
Yeah, and it sets you back.
Yeah, that's not what we want.
Exactly.
So I think, we've really covered a lot of ground today.
Right.
We talked about what calisthenics is,
Yeah.
the benefits, the exercises, how to progress, and, most importantly, how to stay safe.
Right.
So what's the big takeaway here? Like, what do you want our listeners to remember?
I think the biggest takeaway is that calisthenics is an amazing tool for building strength, improving your fitness,
Yeah.
and really connecting with your body.
Yeah, and you can do it anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anytime.
You are the gym.
You are the gym. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, so as we wrap up this incredible deep dive into the world of calisthenics,
Yeah.
I want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
Okay.
We've talked about, all the physical benefits
Right.
and the mental benefits, feeling more confident, stronger.
Yeah.
But what about the social aspect of fitness?
Oh, that's a great point. Could joining a calisthenics group or, finding a training partner
Yeah,
help you stay more motivated,
totally.
accountable, and even just like enjoy the journey more?
Absolutely. There's something really powerful about sharing your fitness journey with others.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
creates a sense of community,
Yeah.
support, maybe even a little healthy competition.
A little friendly rivalry never hurt anybody.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, there you have it, folks.
Yeah.
That's our deep dive into the incredible world of calisthenics.
Awesome.
We hope you're feeling inspired, informed, and ready to, explore the potential of your own body.
Yeah, go out there and get strong.
Remember, start where you're at, prioritize proper form, progress gradually, listen to your body, and most importantly, enjoy the journey.
Absolutely.
Happy training.